Arizona State has long been one of America's most explosive offensive machines, and this season, the swing is back to firepower.
You know, we were excited. We had a good senior team, you know, a lot of seniors, especially the defense.
Got the Vernon Maxwells and Jim Jeffcoats, and with that type of defense and those team players, so it was pretty impressive.
We really were looking forward to it one game at a time.
The Sun Devils opened the 1982 campaign against Oregon at Eugene. ASU's starting quarterback, Sandy Olszewski, who had waited 2 years for his big chance, suffered torn knee ligaments only 15 minutes into the game and was lost for the season.
You're the one that's at every practice, at every lifting, everything you do, so you know you have any quarterback or any running back or any kicker can step up and do the job that you need to do.
The coach told me to grab my helmet, and I grabbed my helmet and was thrown in there kind of quick.
You're going to have injuries, you're going to have adversity. It's how you deal with it and how do you overcome it.
Todd Hons rose to the challenge by completing 13 of 19 passes and directing the Devil offense to 24 points.
At that point, we knew that we might really be something.
ASU breezed to a 34-3 victory.
To win in their stadium really set the stage for the rest of the season. It was a great starting point.
The hash mark, handing it off to Vincent White, nowhere. Vernon Maxwell says hello.
We had size, we had speed. I mean, I had to go against them in spring ball, and we couldn't do anything. Vernon Maxwell would run right by me and slap me on the head and said, "I got you," before I was just getting ready to throw the ball. They had everything in that defense.
The Stanford game, that was one of those games where when you have a stadium that has 70,000 fans and everybody screaming and yelling, and it's just the greatest feeling in the world.
All the focus was on John Elway and how bad John Elway was going to beat us.
John was as good as everybody said, but we had a very strong defense.
31, watch number 31, he's out of your screen now, there he is. Hand up, right. Touchdown, touchdown, Sun Devil.
An extra point that you make or miss at the beginning of the game could be very crucial.
Attempting the point after, and this is important. The kick is up, and it is good. This is the one last play they have. Elway, scrambling, will be brought down, and the Sun Devils win. Arizona State has defeated Stanford in a magnificent comeback.
We were all gonna win together or lose together. That was actually one of the times that I started feeling what a family football team was like.
Our guards and centers coach, C.T. Hughley, always used to preach to us about being part of a team or part of a unit that's bigger than you individually.
We were a team that believed in each other, and we played for each other. I think that was important.
The game against Washington, was still a bad memory. It just seemed like nothing really went our way.
If I remember correctly, the game against Washington, I think if we won that game, they'd put us in the Rose Bowl. And it was a heartbreaker because I think at that point we just kind of took Washington too light. We ended up losing that game.
And the Huskies have taken a momentous step to go to the Rose Bowl.
The team rebounded from disappointing losses to Washington and Arizona before a national television audience in the Fiesta Bowl on January 1st.
All the pressure was off us because nobody was expecting us to do well against Oklahoma. Nobody really gave us any chance whatsoever.
The energy was unbelievable. And playing a team like Oklahoma even made it better.
Hons to throw.
chased out of the pocket. He's got room to run to the 15. He's to the 20, the 25, out of bounds.
Remember, Oklahoma had that top running back, Marcus Dupree. And so he ran a lot of yards and gained a lot of yards, but did not score a touchdown.
Dupree, opposite side, breaks it to the 40, 30, 10. Stopped at the 5-yard line.
If you can slow down such a great player like that, you know you're scoring points and they're slowing down, you have a chance to win.
First down. Hons again with pressure. Throws. This time it's complete. This is a speedster, Ron Brown.
That field goal that Louis got 50-some yarder right before half, and that gave us a little spark.
From 54 yards out, he's got it.
The fact that I just hit a record field goal, it was amazing for me going in there.
We knew we still had another 30 minutes of football, but the mood was good.
Here we go. Second half of the Fiesta Bowl. Second back through is Sim. He'll get a couple of yards, and that will be all as Mike Richardson, the free safety. Now the Sooners going against the #1 defensive team in the nation. Wide open. Alvin Moore, 30, 40, 40, 30. He's caught by Scott Cage.
Our speed matched Oklahoma's speed. So it was pretty much who wanted it more. And we wanted it more.
Arizona State on the attack. Hons goes deep. The speedster is there. He has got it. Touchdown. Ron Brown, world-class sprinter. Takes it now in the end zone. Pass is completed. The lateral is fumbled, and Arizona State has the recovery. And they celebrate.
ASU was in command at the finish, beating Oklahoma 32-21. So a memorable season ended in triumph. A #6 national ranking, a 10-2 record, a major bowl victory over a national power, the ASU Cup overflowed.
Being part of this team overall brings back great memories.
We were a team that believed in each other and we played for each other. I think that was important.
I think no matter what level that we played to, where we played in the league, NFL, or whatever, it always comes back here to Arizona State.
As a team, we became such a tight family. People ask me, you know, if you were to change something, what would you change? And I always say nothing.
Everybody contributed. Everybody was an important cog. Everybody made a difference. And I can proudly say, you know, I was part of this team.
Right here, I have a big photo album of all the things and all the people that I played with at Arizona State. I keep that because that's special. That's going to be something that'll last me a lifetime.